Hello, and a very sweet welcome to our fortnight group, Attune to Presence using Heart Inquiry. And this is yet another meeting, another meditation. I hold in mind all of you who are watching from afar, the global village, and also the parents in the One Heart Parenting community. You're here with me. So it doesn't matter if you haven't done meditation, you can stop at any time if this feels uncomfortable. But this is really carving some space for yourself, out of the busyness of your life, to just sit in silence, yet in connection with yourself and the world around you. So when you're ready, you can have your eyes open, gazing, have a soft gaze somewhere, or closed. It's totally up to you. You could be standing. This doesn't have to be a folded leg meditation. You could walk and hear the meditation. Just an opportunity to slow down, really, and connect with your heart. And to begin with, become aware of your breath, the effortlessness in your breath. What a privilege to be breathed. Unconditionally. And with that notion in mind, I would like us to begin with bringing home the image of invisible strings that are connecting us all. A shared human heart in the middle of our chest bone, one with the universal heart. Is my breath different to your breath? Are we breathing different or the same air? So take a moment and allow that sense of connection to really be here. You might want to bring in mind people that are far away. And yet notice that by fully allowing them to be in your awareness, where is this connection living in you? Notice how close they are. And it's really important that the connection we feel, it doesn't have to take a form. It might take the form of grief. Grief is also the expression of love and connection. Take a moment to notice how this connection is really felt in the heart, in your breath. You might be unique individuals with a unique expression, yet sharing the same sky, the same heart, the same breath, made of skin, made up of water and earth, the global village. And now more than ever is calling us to really dissolve the illusion of separation from each other. To see our reflection in another human being, to meet ourselves in the trees, in the sky, everywhere our eyes fall onto. Take a moment to really allow that knowing that is in your heart. You're not separate from each other. Separation has been a story we've made up to create an identity, innocently thinking that it's all we ever needed. But here beneath all words, beneath any kind of language, beneath the skin, what's here to give expression to this form? What's really here? And this is a place that often we run away from. We're scared of stillness, we're scared of slowing down, we're scared of death. Because in doing so, it is kind of inviting a kind of death of the person that we thought we were. And yet who we are is very real. This human form is very here, it's very present. And we are vaster than just this form. We're formless in taking the shape of this form. And so we should. Otherwise, we wouldn't have the capacity or the space to express this. So find your form right now. Find your feet as they're kissing the earth. Find your body as it's held from the bed you're lying on or the chair you're sat on. Find your solid form. And notice that essence, that in that solidity, inside that solidity, there is also the ineffable, intangible, yet alive breath of yours. And that the two are not separate. Spirit and flesh, flesh and spirit. So in this meditation, whatever arises in the temple of your body, it's seen, it's embraced, and it's welcome. May it be grief, may it be stress and anxiety, may it be pains on the body you were not aware of. This is a door to come closer to you. Dropping all the to-do lists on the side for now. All the chores can wait. Now the children are in bed. You can catch your breath. Your ally. And because I have my parent community in mind, although being a parent can be really, really tough and taxing and exhilarating and joyous. But it can also create more suffering if we harbor feelings of shame or stress or blame. What we need to do to become better parents. Have I done the right thing? Have I said the right advice? All of that can dissipate for now, for the next 20 minutes, half an hour. You can pick it up on your way out. But for now, everything is okay. There's no rush to do anything or to think even about anything. There's just no need to surrender or no need to let go. All of these are actions in the mind. If surrender comes, surrender is here. If grief comes, grief is here. If guilt arises, let guilt be here. Honor the guilt, honor the fear, honor the shame. Can you find it in your body? We have been conditioned to reject, I'll call it contraction, any contraction that's arising. And we forget the golden fact by nature, by default. Contraction is what has brought us to existence. Contraction and expansion, they're not separate, of course, but we tend to favor expansive states and reject contracted states. For the arrival of you in flesh in this form, a uterus that held you, a womb that held you tenderly, had to contract, and with it, in my case at least, I'm sure other mothers that hear this meditation, a primordial roar from the depths of this body that brought us to life, a physical existence. So to reject contraction is to reject life. Is to allow ourselves to believe that we know better than nature. Do we? We forget the innate wisdom through nature, through this body, through life. We forget. We forget. That's an innocent kind of forgetting. But perhaps in remembering of the forgetting, we connect back to what's here already. The cosmic womb space that's been here to hold you before even your first breath was here. Before even time. The cosmic mother. Life is a gift, and we're called to open it fully, without exceptions, without discriminations, without binaries, good experiences, bad experiences. And of course, we're fallible, we're human, humans with amnesia. The forgetting is inevitable. It's part of the contracted state. Because if we don't forget, we can't remember. If we don't contract, we can't expand. Had the uterus not contracted, we wouldn't have expanded and been birthed into life. It's very simple, really. So is there an opening within you right now, this moment, next moment? Just an inch bigger at a time. Tiny bit. And a willingness to open up to the daily contractions. And often people find it easier to start with places that feel safe to do that. Not the things or places that trigger us the most. You might want to bring that in this meditation. It's any contraction that's arising, either within you or responses towards anything that's coming up. Notice it. It's the place you're noticing the contraction and the expansion happening is an uncontracted place. A place that needs, it's observing all movement happening, but itself, it's unmovable. It's unmoving. So from this place, is there anything missing? Is there anywhere we need to get to? Are we simply here? in our hearts. The mind is welcome to keep telling its stories and create separation between us. But we're here, we share the same struggles, different facets. We're sharing grief, shame, guilt, all very needed contractions, so they can be seen and loved. And in the loving of them, the dissolution effortlessly happens. There's nothing you need to do to dissolve them. This is not about a doing. This is not about having a goal. It's resting or not resting in that place, free of any agenda. So when our child cries, or when a child throws a tantrum, a child throws a tantrum. When the parent finds themselves responding with love and care in that moment, the parent responds with love and care. If the parent snaps at the child, the parent snaps at the child. There's nothing more to it. If the willingness is there to keep returning in meditation and in contemplation to that place, that in time will dissolve the triggers and will be opening up a space of presence. It's just effortlessly here. So however the moment unfolds is however the moment unfolds. Who we truly are is not separate from that moment, but it's also not just defined by that moment. We are before the moment and the moment as it's arising. The human mother contracts to birth us into life, and we're being witnessed in that miracle by the cosmic mother. That ineffable dimension of being that we can't define. Yet we all share. Yet we all know this place. So your mind might want to go and understand and do research, and that is all great. Do it. Your journey, have trust that your journey will take you wherever you need to go. The destination is the same, which isn't a destination because it's not an arrival, because you've never left this place in the first place. The most beautiful dance we're playing. So here we are, humans connected together. How can we bring this heart more in our lives? It's a useful prayer, at least for me. How can I be peace today? How can I be love today? even more, even deeper. How can I hold space for all my feelings today, for my relationship with my children, for the collective grief in our world? Make space for that. We're born for these times. And the very psychological strategies we have developed in time to help us survive are slowly becoming the very strategies that are threatening our survival. Because collectively we have now glimpsed into something else, and we cannot unsee that. All of a sudden we feel more need to slow down, more of a need to become present, more of a need to become compassionate. It's a great movement, and it's a spiraling movement, and we can't return to where we were. We've been thrusted through COVID and lockdown into a collective uncertainty, which was always there, but it just became more real, and we saw it and we felt it. And now we're grasping to create our own identities, and that just can't happen. And it's a great opportunity for rebirth. It's a great opportunity to discover what we're here to do with our unique expressions, through our parenting, through our jobs, what we're here to do. And what I'm doing here seems to be one of the things that I'm here to do, which is not a doing, but more of a being with you all. And if you have any questions, please ask the questions and sit in contemplation first with yourself, because the questions are within you. As we're finishing this meditation / talk, that's how it evolved, words that are arising from the same place. Find your feet again and find your breath, and feel the beautiful science of gravitas that is in your body. Might feel a bit heavier. And thank you for watching. I did talk about 50 minutes, which I find incredible. But if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you very much for giving yourself the time you deserve to connect with me, with you, with the global village. Have a good night.